Welcome back, my duelist friends, casual duelist. It's still Sunday, so I do have the speed duel spotlight for you. And rather than being a single card like it normally is, I wanted to talk about some of the best things to spotlight, and that is the fact that this set gave us a handful of the best spell trap reprints. So this week's speed duel spotlight is really based on the reprints of the GX Speed Duel Duelist The Shadows box. And the best ones, in my opinion, are of course going to be the spell traps. I'm not saying the Vampire Lord wasn't a great reprint. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying DD Crow isn't a great reprint. I'm not saying that. Okay? What I am saying is when it comes to reprints, things like Windstorm of Ataqua. Now, like this trap card was one of my favorite traps right at the beginning of the game, because this was not just like one of the best cards you could have. And it came out of, I want to say it was the My Valentine Duelists of Tomorrow. And really, really allowed you to play Dragon Caller OTK. And know that if you went first, you were fine. And if you went second, there was still time to disrupt the opponent playing the same deck. Because it was non-targeting. You were just able to, just forget about Lord of Dragons effect. And you were able to make your opponent's dragons sit. And again, as long as you were running like Tyrant Dragon and Blue Eyes, then you had two top tier, like two of the toughest monsters in the game. You had them on your side of the field. You had the ability of like really boarding 4 attacks. You had Tyrant Dragon take out the biggies. Lord of D versus Lord of D. And then you had like Blue Eyes for that direct. And again, that puts you in a big position, and it was just great. So it's good to see that, I don't think this card ever got super expensive, but it's good to see it just everywhere now. And then like another one that I like seeing, because I just use it so much now, is the Wall of Disruption. So the Wall of Disruption, and again, I want to say like I may have done a speed duel spotlight on this. Again, I should have done my homework beforehand. Did not. It is what it is. But the Wall of Disruption, ever since I think it was the YCS Niagara list, is when I started looking at this trap more and more. And especially since the midterms box, this has really seen its way into either my main or into my side builds, especially with the limitations of Jinzo in Tier 2 dueling. Wall of Disruption is just really great, but I want to say it was out of a booster pack. I don't think it was released in a box set before. So seeing this here is good. And anybody who's building like a massive amount of these structures for Speed Duel to play like a box or a cube format, this is really good, because this really makes me happy to see that people aren't having to go out of their way to order a bunch of singles. Another card that was a happy reprint, Zoma the Spirit. And again, there's at least one more that came out of the Merrick versus Bakura structures. And seeing cards that were in structure decks get reprints is important. And Zoma and Allure were both like this. And Forceful Checkpoint actually was like this as well. But I know for a fact these two came out with Bakura and Merrick. And again, Zoma, he's limited to 1 on the list. I want to say Allure is limited to 2 on the list. For obvious reasons. They're just great cards. They're good in every format that you see them in. They're available in every format that I could think of right now, except certain Time Wizard formats based on ban list eras. It's all good. Forceful Checkpoint's very fun. I like the fact that we get a little bit of hand control out of it. It's just a really cool trap. And again, it's been reprinted like once or twice now in Speed Duel, which is really good. And then another card that gets limited to 3. And there's 2 of them. You can never have enough Books of Moon or Cosmic Cyclones when it comes to building standalone decks for Speed Duel, because these cards are just iconic. Right now, they're doing a lot of work. They are putting in a ton of effort. Book of Moon, always an OG in any format where it appears. Again, right now, the advanced format, maybe not putting in as much work as it used to, but that's because we have cards that either they don't get stunned by this now, or it's just not enough effect for a single card. So guys, really, this Speed Duel Spotlight is dedicated to all the reprints. These are just my favorite ones. There were more. Like I said, Vampire Lord was reprinted. Some reprints that don't matter as much would be like Avion, Burstinatrix, Clayman, Wild Hearts. I'm looking at the list right now while my dogs are tearing up the upstairs. Red Eyes Black Dragon. Spear Dragon was definitely a reprint. Troop Dragon. Troop Dragon is a great reprint. If you guys give me a second. This was originally a super rare, and it's good now because I know I'm going to have a playset. So when these are destroyed by balance of the graveyard, you can special summon another Troop Dragon. And again, back with the old Dragon Caller. I wasn't able to do it as much because I only had like 1 or 2 of these. But if you get 3 of these are like way better. And now you're going to be, if you have 3 boxes, you'll have 2 playsets. So again, that's really cool. Negate Attack, Red Eyes Spirit, the Cosmic Cyclone, like I said, Soul Exchange, Soul Release. Couple of the Amazonas, like the I want to say it's the Swordswoman, is the one of the reprints. There's a ton of value in the box, and it was a lot of fun. So all of that said, guys, enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Support the channel if you want to. Don't if you don't. Hopefully we've earned your view. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and hopefully I'll get to see you guys next time. See you later.